chill with the Viper episode. Focus on the Notorious Wrestling Iceberg video. Or Iceberg. But, I'm wondering, Viper, this is the Roblox. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Note that I want to have gameplay. I want to have gameplay go along with the Iceberg video. Because I feel like just talking about it really bores the fuck out of me, bro. And probably some of y'all guys, too. But yeah. I would say, without further ado, let's see this Iceberg. And we move on tier 3. Still on tier 3. Now, this first one, well, not the one. This next one we can do for tier 3 is Lord Tensai. And also note that I should have said this before, but I'm kind of skipping some of it because I don't know some of it. I'm gonna try to go for the ones that are well known. So I apologize. There's just some things I don't watch. That's it. So yeah. Anyways, without further ado, let's do this shit. Starting with Lord Tensai. Matt Bloom is a trainer and former wrestler. Now, he did have 2 separate stints in WWE. I think the first time was from 1999 to 2004. And the second time around is ever since 2011. So yeah. Not 2011, 2012. Originally, Bloom debuted in the WWF as Prince Albert, which was later shortened to just Albert. So yeah. Crazy, right? Anyways, yeah. And he would stick with the Albert name, and he was even nicknamed the Hip Hop Hippo at one point. Hip Hop Hippo at one point in late 2001, early 2002. So yeah. He would stick with the Albert name until late 2002 when he was renamed to A-Train, a monster heel. So yeah. Then afterwards, in 2004, he got released into he went to Japan, became Giant Bernard in Japan. So yeah, and he have a pretty good career over there. So yeah. And he would come back to WWE in 2012. However, instead of bringing back his Albert or A-Train character, WWE decided to repackage Bloom into they repackaged him into a Japanese wrestler called Tensai. So yeah. Even though Tensai is American in real life, so yeah. And it has Sakamoto as like his some sort of worshipper, I think. So yeah. I remember this one time before his match against R-Truth on April 23rd, 2012 edition of Raw, where Bloom tried to speak Japanese in one of his promos, but it just sounded bad, bruh. If I'm being honest. So yeah. However, after like a year or so, Tensai started like partnering up himself with Brodus Clay. So yeah. Who, by the way, appeared earlier in this year. So yeah, they both teamed up. That was until Clay turned heel, and all because he was jealous of Xavier Woods using his theme song. So yeah. By the way, Woods was debuting at the time, so yeah. So yeah. So so as well. Oh, and by the way, Hentai was going by CT at the time, so yeah. Anyway, shortly after the Tons of a Funk tag team, which was him and Brodus Clay, broke up, he would essentially retire from the ring and would become Matt Bloom, a trainer for WWE. So yeah, for the WWE Performance Center. So yeah, that's pretty cool that he's a trainer for NXT, or more so the Performance Center. So yeah. Dink the Clown. Dink the Clown is a mini wrestler that was essentially like the sidekick, sort of like joint sidekick. So yeah. Person, the person who betrayed Dink the Clown was a mini wrestler that goes by the name of Claude Giroux. So yeah. So yeah. And he was, and believe it or not, he and Joint were known for being a part of one of the worst matches in WWE history. More so one of the worst Survivor Series matches in history. What was it, you might ask? Well, it was a Survivor Series elimination match in Survivor Series 1994. It was Clowns Over Us, which consists of Joint, Sting, Sleazy, Cheesy, and Queasy as they went on against Jerry Lawler. They went against the Royal Family, which is composed of Jerry Lawler, I think I got it wrong. So the Royal Family, which was Jerry Lawler, Sleazy, and Queasy, went up against Clowns Over Us, which was George, Sting, King, and Wink. However, that match is regarded as one of the worst Survivor Series matches of all time. So yeah. I can't believe I got this shit wrong, bro. Fuck. Make a difference, Spot 2. Spot 2 was a wrestler in WWE throughout the 90s and 2000s. So yeah. He's most known for being Rikishi during the Attitude Era. So yeah. So before that, one of the gimmicks he had before that was the Make a Difference Spot 2. It's meant to be like a character that was from like a ghetto neighborhood, and that he wanted to make a difference and wanted to make a positive change in the world. So yeah. This gimmick did not last long. And soon enough, and the curtain would be taken off TV. And Batu would be repackaged shortly afterwards as the Sultan, a silent character. So yeah. And then he will go on to become Rikishi in 1999. Initially Rikishi Batu, before he was named to just simply Rikishi. So yeah. Next one, Dean Ambrose, Germaphobe. Dean Ambrose, Germaphobe is a gimmick that Dean Ambrose had for a short time in 2018. Now, what happened was that after a Raw tag title match between with the Shield won, Dean Ambrose turned heel on Seth Rollins. So yeah, no joke. He legit turned heel on Seth Rollins. And then he started becoming like a germaphobe. So yeah, no joke, a germaphobe. And then he would trash talk the Shield and shit like that. And what made this whole thing bad is that this heel turn happened on the same night, yes, the same night that Roman Reigns took time off from TV due to his leukemia. So yeah. And speaking of the leukemia, what made the whole germaphobe character worse is that the original plan for the germaphobe character of Dean Ambrose, the original plan was to make fun of Roman Reigns' leukemia. Thankfully, they never went through with that shit. Otherwise, it would have been in a very, very, very poor taste, bro. Hell, there's this one infamous scene where Dean Ambrose gets a fucking shot in his ass, bro. Like, for real. And next one is Charlie Haas's return. Initially, Charlie Haas wrestled in the WWE's main roster from 2002 all the way up until 2005. So yeah, that was when he initially wrestled. So yeah. However, when Charlie Haas returned in 2006 as a mystery opponent for WWE superstar Shelton Benjamin, no one gave a shit about Haas' return. So yeah. Yeah, no one gave a shit. So yeah. And since then, nobody gave a shit about him. Even though that Haas won his match against Benjamin, people still didn't give a fuck about him. So yeah. And even though he reformed the World Series Tag Team alongside Benjamin, no one cared. And then by 2008, he was doing, like in 2008, he had that brief time in 2008 briefly where he would legit wear a mask during a match, bro. So yeah, where Charlie Haas would literally wear a mask during the match that would give him like powers, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And it was quietly dropped shortly after Heat got canceled in 2008, because he was mainly doing this shit on Sunday Night Heat. So yeah. But yeah. And afterwards, he did like this impersonation gimmick. So yeah. Yeah, he was doing this like impersonation gimmick where he impersonates people like Jim Ross, John Cena, and hell, even Beth Phoenix of all people, bro. Yes, Beth Phoenix. So yeah. So that would end in 2009, and Haas will be paired up with Benjamin again before getting released shortly afterwards. So yeah. Yeah, Charlie Haas returned from 2006 to 2009, and nobody gave a fuck about him, bro. So yeah. Wow. That is so fucking crazy. Anti-hardcore Dudley. And I think it was in 2015 that the Dudley Boys turned heel. one thing extra they do for their character now is that their character is that they're sick and tired of using tables, bro. Yeah, during the mid-2010s, bro. So yeah, that was crazy. This is during the Dudley Boys' last one in WWE. That during the shit, they turn heel, refuse to use tables, and then weeks later they went back to using tables like nothing happened, bro. So they basically turned them heel for nothing. So yeah. That shit's crazy, if you ask me. So yeah. Gene Snitsky made his WWE debut in 2004 in a match against Kane. And then during the match, Snitsky pushed Kane to Lita, causing her to get a miscarriage. Which, by the way, might be wondering how a miscarriage? Well, Kane essentially forced himself onto Lita in order to have that kid, bro. So yeah, that's what actually happened, bro. So yeah, as a result of the miscarriage, Kane ended up being a babyface for some reason. I'm not sure why Kane was a babyface from this shit, even though that he was a heel beforehand because he forced himself onto Lita. So yeah. As a result, this started a feud between Kane and Snitsky, which will last until early 2005. So yeah. So yeah. Okay, so I got an idea. Oh my god. Never mind. And G Snitsky, and during one segment between Snitsky, he actually brought out a baby doll to the ring. It was supposed to be representing the child, bro. The child that they never had, the one that had a miscarriage. Then Snitsky was going to punch the baby onto the crowd. So yeah. Wow. Afterwards, Snitsky was going to have a foot fetish type shit. So yeah. Yeah, that's what he was going to do, bro. For the remainder of his first run, and then the 4-game release. But then he returned for his second run in 2007, where now he's fucking bald. Essentially have no hair, bro. Now he has like yellowish teeth, bro. So yeah. And it was on the ECW brand on top of that. Yeah. He was. So yeah. But then shortly after he'll get drafted to Raw. So yeah. He'll go to Raw shortly afterwards. So yeah. So yeah, bro. And then Snitsky was gone by the end of 2008. So yeah. So yeah. So, and that's crazy how, well, especially if nobody wants to come, so to do that cost miscarriage, bro. So, yeah. So, yeah. Oz. You know what? I'm putting Oz and Vinny Vegas together during that. They're both portrayed by the same person. Kevin Nash is a wrestler that mostly wrestles for WWE and WCW. But when you think of his WCW run, you think of Kevin Nash. But however, that was actually not the first time he appeared in WCW, bro. Initially, he was, I think he was one of the Master Blasters alongside Al Green. So yeah, he was. Then he became Oz, a Wizard of Oz parody. So yeah, the Wizard of Oz parody. Then he became Vinny Vegas. So yeah. So yeah. I think me too was a touch of Vegas. I think I'm not so sure, bro. So yeah. However, that character did not last long as Nash to be released from WCW, and he wants to go to the WF as Diesel. So yeah. RoboCop. RoboCop is a character from the franchise of the same name. And of course, he's a robot. So yeah. And then he actually made guest appearances in WCW, helping out Sting in his feud against the Four Horsemen. So yeah. That's all I really gotta say. Just a guest character that saved Sting at one point. American Males. American Males is a tag team consists of Buck Bagwell and Scotty Riggs. They're supposed to be like cool and like hip for the 90s. But one thing that they're known for is their god awful theme song that goes like American Males, American Males, American Males. Yeah. In like this alien-ish voice. So yeah. Why that voice of all voices? So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. I don't know why, bro. Like there's just a tag team that, and they even won the WWE tag titles once together. So yeah. At least Bagwell went on to make a name for himself in WCW. That's Buff Bagwell. So yeah. 7. Kevin was a character in WCW that was portrayed by Dustin Rhodes, aka Goldust. And he's known for that TV vignette, so yeah, where he looks out of the window, we look in the window of a child's house, and for some reason the child's eyes become black, become completely black, I'm not sure. Then during a promo, he ends up dropping the character, so yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. It's known for being one of the worst characters in WCW history, so yeah. Tucky. Tucky is yet another character from a franchise. This time, Child's Play, this time around. So yeah. And Child's Play is a series of movies that stars a doll who was a serial killer. And note that Chucky is supposed to be Chucky's basically a serial killer in a form of doll. So yeah, because initially Chucky's soul was from a serial killer. So yeah, it's crazy. I think I think the Child's Play films are pretty good. So yeah, the Dynamic Dudes. The Dynamic Dudes is a tag team that's meant to be like this skateboarding tag team in the early 90s. It consists of Shane Douglas and Johnny Ace, better known as John Laurinaitis. So yeah. So yeah, and they were like, as I said, they were skateboarding dudes from the early 90s. So yeah. Well, at least that's what their characters were. So yeah. So, so Shane Douglas, although would go on to have success in ECW, bro. So yeah, becoming a multi-time ECW World Champion, bro. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool to hear. That Douglas gets to be ECW Champion. So yeah. Disco Inferno. Disco Inferno was a character that debuted in the late, that was around in the late 90s to 70s. So yeah. Yeah, his gimmick was that he was supposed to be a disco dancer from the 70s. So yeah. So yeah, bro. So yeah, bro. Which would be around the Dutch 70s. So yeah. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Alright, so, okay, let's do the next one. Mass Transit. Oh, damn. Mass Transit. Or, by his real name, Eric Kulas, was a 17-year-old wrestler who lied about his age all because he wanted to compete in the ring. So, he well known for being a victim of an incident that involved New Jack. So yeah. Before the match started, Kulas told New Jack that he wanted to bleed. So yeah. As a result, but as a result, New Jack attacked him, bruh, during the match. Oh, by the way, by the way, Kulas was teaming up with Devon Dudley in this tag team matchup against the Gangsters, New Jack and Mustafa Saeed. Hell, Kulas wasn't even originally supposed to participate in the matchup. Originally, it was supposed to be Axel Rotten. However, his grandmother passed away around the same time. So yeah, his grandmother passed away around the same time. So, and he wanted to attend to his family as a result of his grandmother's death. As a result, Ron backed out from the match, and Kulas ended up taking his place. And yeah, I bet you Kulas will regret that for a remainder of his life, because he was bleeding heavily from getting cut open with a pizza cutter. So yeah, this whole incident you might think this is New Jack's fault for attacking a minor, but the thing is that, like, I feel like there's multiple parties to blame, bruh, in my opinion, bruh, for this whole incident. New Jack was part of the fault, I would say, bruh. Only part, bruh. He would be, he was part of it because he actually cut him open too deep and was too violent towards him. Another part of the fault was I would say would have to be Kulas himself, bruh. You might be wondering, why am I blaming a 17-year-old at the time? Why am I blaming him? Well, it's because I'm blaming him partially because he lied about his age heading at a house show. So yeah, he lied about his age. So yeah, that's why I said he's part to blame. So yeah, like it's never okay to lie about your age, bro. It's never okay, bro. No matter how much you want to do adult stuff, like just wait until you're an adult. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. So yeah. And another person who's at fault, I put would have to be Paul Heyman. Another person to be at fault because he let Kulas compete in that ring. So yeah. So yeah. He let him in the ring without even asking him if that's his real age or not. So yeah. So altogether, I blamed New Jack, Kulas, and Paul Heyman for the whole situation. And this whole incident caused that pay-per-view barely legal to be delayed by a couple of months. So yeah, and moved to a later time slot on top of that because of this whole incident. So yeah, wow, that is so fucking crazy if you ask me, bro. So yeah, like my suggestion for wrestling, yeah, guys, don't wrestle until you're at least 18 years old, bro. Because then 18 years old, you're considered an adult. So yeah, Shark Boy. Shark Boy was a character that was known for his time in TNA. Originally, he was a silent character, but then after he got hit in the head, he started impersonating Stone Cold Steve Austin. So yeah, which is crazy, bro. He actually impersonated Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's pretty cool. So yeah, what the hell? And him impersonating Stone Cold is actually the most famous part of Shark Boy's character. So yeah. So yeah. Flying Elvis impersonator. So yeah. So yeah. The Flying Elvis impersonators are 3 wrestlers that impersonate Elvis. So yeah. It consists of Sonny Siaki, Jimmy Wayne Yang, and Jorge Estrada. So yeah. And yeah, Jimmy Wayne Yang competed in TNA before he competed in WWE. So yeah. That's crazy. They were only around for a few weeks before the group was disbanded. So yeah. So yeah. Okay, next one is Larry Sweetney. Larry Sweetney was a wrestler That wrestler with Kara is Ring of Honor. So yeah. So yeah, bro. Who sadly passed away at age 30 when he took his own life in 2011. So yeah. That is so great. So yeah. He had like this sweet and sour group. So yeah. Rest in peace, Larry Queen, bro. Okay. Player Uno. So yeah. I saw some of the entries on this iceberg that some of them I ended up not knowing. So yeah. So as a result, some characters are going to be skipped for us if I don't know. So yeah. Like you could read the iceberg for yourself. So yeah. To look at to look for some of these characters I don't know. Next one, I do know player Uno. Was player Uno this wrestler who wrestled in AEW. Before that, he wrestled in places like Takara, Ring of Honor, and Pro Wrestling Gorilla. His character was that he was like some sort of like gamer character, so yeah. And he had this tag team called Super Smash Brothers. Not to be confused with the video game series with the same name. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah, bro. It's just a player Uno or Evil Uno and player Toa. Aka Configuration. So yeah. So yeah, bro. Okay. Let's look at this shit, bro. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, let's see what the next character is. Okay, Colony. Basically, wrestlers, high flying wrestlers that well that pretends to be ants. You know, fire ant, soldier ant, green ant, people like that. So yeah. They were actually popular with the car fans, so yeah. This is crazy, bro. I only know them because I've actually saw this one video where it was like their 24/7 title, so yeah. I saw them compete for it, so yeah. So yeah. Okay, so next entry on the iceberg, the Insane Clown Posse. The Insane Clown Posse is a rap duo consists of Shaggy, Two Dope, and Violent J, so yeah. That has they're known for like their like when it comes to horrorcore music, they're like the they're like the poster boys for it. So yeah. So yeah. And he created a fan base called the Juggalos. So yeah. But what you do not know about ICP is that they were involved in the wrestling business. They were wrestlers too, alongside being rappers. So yeah. So yeah, bro. Like, hell, they've wrestled in, they've participated in places like ECW, WWE, W, and they even created their own wrestling promotion called Juggalo Championship Wrestling. So yeah. Hell, ICP's WF run is known for being the ones rapping to ICP to the Oddies theme song. So yeah. So yeah. That's what they're known for. So yeah. In the WF. So yeah. Hell, they even have their they even involved in a video game called Backyard Wrestling Don't Try Us at Home for the PS2 and original Xbox. So yeah. Which is pretty cool, bro. And it also involved in the sequel, Backyard Wrestling 2, There Goes the Neighborhood. Which, by the way, spoiler alert, they're both gonna be future episodes of DGC. So yeah. So yeah. And also, if you like ICP, give me a woo woo. Okay, I'm bad at doing their usual noises, bro. I'm bad, bro. So yeah. So yeah. Anyways, 1 second. Anyways, the next one is Bruce Beefcake. And yeah, Bruce Beefcake, Ed Leslie is a wrestler that wrestled in primarily in the WWF primarily, but he's also wrestling in WCW, bro. So he's most famously known as Bruce the Bar Beefcake, most famously. However, that's actually not his only gimmick, as he had a shit ton of gimmicks. Like, there's this usual Bruce Beefcake. There's also Brother Butai, Zodiac, Man with No Name, fucking the Butcher, like the Butcher, Booty Man, like what the hell, Booty Man, like who the fuck names themselves Booty Man, bro? Like that's my question. Who the fuck names themselves Booty Man? Like you're not Billy Gunn and Leslie. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Ed Leslie's known for a fucking like 500 gimmicks that he be having, bro. Like it's too much to be exact, bro. What are you? Alright, so anyway, next one. So the next one is going to be Bertha Faye. Bertha Faye is a wrestler who had a brief stint in WWF, bro. So yeah. And she went by a different character in Japan called Monster Wrestler. So yeah. Which was a monster, bro, character in Japan, so yeah. However, when she came to WWF, she became Bertha Faye. A comic relief character, so yeah. That lived in a trailer park in the Harvey World Improvement, so yeah. Or at least on screen, so yeah. So yeah, bro. That's crazy how seriously constantly after being considered like a serious threat in the in Japan. So yeah. So yeah. Just crazy. And that's it for like third tier. Luckily, in the lower tiers below, luckily there's less entries, so that means I can get it done quicker, bro. So yeah. So yeah. I guess how it is. Let's enjoy one more MTA related game on Roblox before. Damn, not a lot, bro. What the hell? Oh yeah, I forgot this on Xbox, bro. So yeah. Like, how the fuck did I keep forgetting that this is Xbox, bro? So yeah. I hope they expanded this game soon, bro. Cause wait, I guess I have to find out for myself, bro. So yeah, if they expanded the game or not. Okay, so the fourth layer will be done in the future, bro. Within the next few episodes. So yeah. Cause I want to do other stuff first, bro. So yeah. Oh, they actually expanded it a little bit this time around. I can't wait till they fully. It takes place between 2012 and 2018. I can't wait until they actually expand it more. This game, bro, because initially this game only ran from 86th Street to 125th Street. So yeah, I would like to see this game expand. So yeah. Let me look at 77th Street. Alright. Not bad. So yeah. Lexno Hill Hospital. So yeah. It's 6800 college. Recently, this is one of those stations that recently peaked in 88 decibels. So yeah. Believe it or not. So yeah. Like that ass, bro. We got 59th Street over here. And you can see that they're constructing more. So yeah, they're constructing more in this one, bro. Yeah, I know this game has potential in my eyes, bro. So yeah, this game does have potential in my eyes. Oh, I got stuck. I wonder why you can't fucking spawn. Or not spawn. Why can't you spawn? This shit. This man local, bro. Alright, let's go. Trying to look at Lexington Avenue logo, bro. So yeah. Oh, damn. Wait, I think I changed my mind, bro. Do anyone wondering why I changed my mind? Because I think the R62 at Southern Car State looks more interesting, so yeah. So this is late night service, bro. It's about to be late night service indeed, bro. Like, that ass, bro. Alright, everybody. This is the Blue Lots Avenue Bound 4 train. Next stop is 116th Street Station. It does not have that damn R62 chime, bro. I don't know what they think, whoever the hell made this game thinking by having a different chime other than the usual R62 chime, bro, that we're used to, bro. Yeah. So, bro. Alright, everybody, this 116th Street Station, so yeah. Ooh, damn it. Like, damn, I went too far ahead, bro. Alright, guys, this is a New Lots Avenue Bound 4 train. The next stop is 110th Street. Yeah, so yeah. That chime sounds horrible, bro. It does not sound anything like the fucking R2 chime, bro. So, one of the 10th Street station. Luckily, I didn't overrun as much, but luckily. Okay, so this is a Blue Lots Avenue Bound 4 train. The next stop is 103rd Street. So, let's go. But guys, this is a Blue Lots Avenue Bound 4 train. The next stop is 96th Street. Alright. That's cool shit, bro. I'm playing this, then I'm ending the stream, bro. So yeah. Alright, so let's go. I've got that today's April 26th, bro. You know time goes by fast, bro. This is a New Lots Avenue Bound 4 train. The next stop is 86th Street. So yeah. Wait, 1 second. Okay, so the next episode show with the Viper, we're gonna take a full dive look at drum roll, please. You know what? How about this? Wait, should I do Dutch W, bro? You know what? Nah. We're gonna look at Genshin merch, bro. Some cool ass Genshin merch. This next episode. So see you guys next time. Love Agent TV sign off. So yeah.